Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 8th of January. With Robert Murray McShane, we're working our way through the book of Acts, today reading chapter 8. In chapter 7, we'd had the trial of Stephen culminating in his martyrdom. He'd been stoned to death, Saul had approved, and chapter 8 follows on from there. On that day, a great persecution broke out against the church in Jerusalem, and all, except the apostles, were scattered throughout Judea and Samaria. Now, as we've been reading through Acts, we've been amazed at how the church has grown, the influence it's been having, the number of converts it's made. On the day of Pentecost, 3,000 were added to their number, then more and more. And we're told that many of the priests and teachers were joining the church as well. They were selling fields, looking after widows. It looked like things were going wonderfully well. And suddenly, persecution breaks out, and everybody's gone. Those thousands of people no longer meet together. You're left with what Luke records here, all except the apostles. The 12 apostles were all that was left. And so going from thousands down to 12 looks like a complete disaster. And from a worldly perspective, that would be the conclusion you'd have to make. That's the end of the church. We're meeting in Jerusalem. It's been closed down. They're all gone. Nobody's left. What do we do now? But the story continues because God's involved. In verse 4, we're told, those who had been scattered preached the word of God wherever they went. And so instead of the church being situated in Jerusalem and everybody having to come there, the church was now scattered, and the word of God was taken out from Jerusalem and is now being preached around the country. And the story continues looking at how Philip established the church in Samaria. And for me, that was a great encouragement, because from a worldly perspective, very often we look at things and think it's gone completely disastrously. But in God's way, it gets turned around. And it isn't that God suddenly turns a persecution into a good thing. It's still a bad thing. Persecution is still persecution, and there's still a threat and there's danger, and that remains. But despite that, the word of God spreads, and so God uses the bad in order to achieve and work good outcomes. And for me, that's a great encouragement in my life, where there's so many things where you struggle and so many things don't work well, and there's so much compromise so often, and one wishes that things were going perfectly, and they don't. And to be able to say, God, we know that you can, despite this, turn it for good. Help us to walk with you. Help us to trust you. Help us to be used by you, so that you'll continue to achieve your purposes despite what's going on. So be encouraged by that thought, to know that our God is bigger than we can imagine. Be blessed.